Joe and Kamala
They going to start making out?
address the governors. Roll it.
I told Governor Murphy once, every time I hear the President of the United States look around and say, where the hell is he? Anyway, it's great to see you all. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That old gag.
Look, I think the success for all of us, Democrats and Republicans, is in part going to be measured by not what else we get done or pass, but whether we're able to implement what we've already done. I know,
Did Kamala
it's
give
a
him that
problem
line?
having to deal with all the money we're sending you.
If you've already done it.
You all think I'm kidding. I think it is part of a problem. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be quiet, right?
Oh, please.
I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you,
and,
Mr. President.
Eventually, I'm going to say something to you. Okay? Good to see you, Governor Cox.
And now we'll hear from our Vice President. Madam Vice President.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you, and thank you for your work. As the President has said, ours together is a partnership for the benefit of the American people. We delivered on many of these needs by making transformative investments that President Biden will highlight, and it includes our work
know what she's talking about.
to implement the largest investment in climate in our nation's history.
Oh, God.
We calculate that in addition to $370 billion that was part of the Inflation Reduction Act, overall we're probably looking at about $1 trillion that will hit the streets of America to address this pressing issue.
Trillion?
And we're very proud of this because we do think of this moment as being transformative.
God, you said that
We
already.
do think of this moment as being a moment in the history of our nation where it is not about incrementalism. It is truly about jumping to a new plateau.
He hates her.
So this
He
is
wants
the
to
work
take a
we will
nap.
continue to do over the course of this year. And in conclusion, I'll say that for so many of us, and certainly for me, I think that the theme of this year should be for all of us momentum. And this is not a partisan point. And we are now at a point, we're coming through the height of the crisis, but with the good work that has been done to deal with an immediate issue that required long-term thinking,
Holding the
we are
microphone.
now on the verge of building on that in a way that together,
she's still
through a
talking.
partnership, will benefit the people of our country
Where am
for
I?
generations.
He doesn't even know she's in the
You
room.
know, I was just up in Wisconsin with Governor Evers, going around the country like the vice presidents, meeting with a lot of you all, and trying to figure out how we get done, how we implement what we've finished. For example, I asked a former governor, by the way, if you notice, I hired a lot of governors in my cabinet. Granholm, Ramon Mirando, Vilsack, et cetera. And in the beginning, it was we didn't have unanimity in what to do, but we passed a little thing that was about $1.8 trillion called Recovery Act. And you know, it's and so one of the results is that it's not because of me or the vice president or this administration by any stretch of the alone. But we created 12 million jobs.
Oh, my
We went
God.
from 3.5 million people vaccinated to 230 million people vaccinated. And you know, I know, like I knew, like you did, that strengthening the state of local governments was the key to our recovery. And I'm not being, it's not hyperbole, it's a fact. I won't bore you with the detail because you've forgotten more about it than anybody else knows. And look, folks, we also have to rebuild the country. And, you know, whether the infrastructure law was with Andy Beshear and Governor DeWine, I don't know where Governor DeWine is. I'm sure you're here somewhere.
I'm sure you're here somewhere.
There's only 50 of them, Joe.
You know, anyway, without going on, you all know the detail, but the end result is, in a bipartisan way, the governors and the senators of both states got together. We're building a new bridge and fixing the one that's there, but it's consequential. And you may have had somewhat of a debate in the State of the Union. But I was glad to see everybody says we're not going to cut Social Security and Medicare.
Well, that
I've
really
noticed
got under
that
his
happen.
skin,
I hope that's true, but that's what we.
He just
Anyway,
keeps bringing it
look,
up.
one of the things that we're
Finish your
going to have to
sentence.
focus on is that we want to take, the fact is that I know a lot of you aren't that crazy about the legislation we passed that allows Medicare to negotiate for drug prices. Well, guess what?
Guess what?
That's going to reduce the federal debt. Billions of dollars. But so there's a lot we can do. I think that we're going to pay our bills. Look, we've gotten a historic amount of legislation passed, and I'll end this by saying that, as all of you know, it doesn't stop here. As my mother would say, I'm going to hush up and turn it back to Julia, and you tell me what we're doing.
Oh, my God.
Tell me what we're doing.
Wow.
Wow. Man, oh, man, is that rough.
Oof. Oof.
I find that if, I don't know, I may be reaching here. It's not, well, maybe not. I find when he's in a room of both Democrats and Republicans and people he knows there are onto his nonsense, like a DeSantis or some of these other governors who he knows. I mean, anybody in the room is smarter than him. But he, really struggles.
Yeah.
When he's in these, you know what I'm saying? When he's in these rooms where he knows people in there are not into the, he can't get by with the, he's not in front of a crowd clapping seals, drones.
Yeah. He can't really do, what he's done most of it, basically all his life is lie.
Right, just stumbling through these. Okay, well, anyways, it's just trying to.
Right, because he was trying to go to
nonsensical, man.
He was. It seemed like he was trying to reach for a few of his crutches that he likes to reach for, and then all of a sudden he had to stop himself. The 1 point. Well, I can't get.
It works a little different when there's no sign for applause or laughing.
Yeah, right. Or just people sitting there going, gazing at you from down below, or you can, hey, don't jump. That stupid stuff he does.
If you got a seat, you should use it. That one. That old gag.
Yeah, he's in a room. Half of the people in there just think that this guy's such a moron. But man, that was brutal. Brutal.
It's not. This isn't calculus.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.